Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Conversations with Dr. De Silva. This is our second season, so welcome. And this is a TV show where your voice matters. And I believe that, the African proverb that says, it takes a whole village to raise a child. Also, like John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country. And I say, let's take one step further and let's see what a community could do for each other. And this gives an opportunity for having various different guests to come and talk about different things. And today we have another repeated guest, Haim. Haim, welcome back.
Thank you. I love your show. I love to be here, and if I can be here every time, but it's impossible. So I'm here when you ask me to be here.
Yes, thank you. And Haim, what are we talking about today?
I would like to talk about body language.
Body language, okay.
And this is something that we use every day. Yeah, and on the most part, we don't know how to read it. And that would make our life much easier and understandable.
Okay. And so tell me, what made you decide to talk about that today as opposed to other times? I mean, it's something like you said, that humans have been around for quite a long time. And I guess some people who are able to read body language have a certain advantage over other people because I guess it shares or illustrates certain emotions that perhaps a person is going through without unbeknownst to them about, perhaps things that they're doing that's sharing that or certain thoughts.
Here is what happened. It's, we meet new people all the time, and we meet repeating people that we already know. Yeah, and with some people you have more interest than other. The other person don't know that. So if he know that what your interest in him, he need to kind of read between the line or take some clue from your other body part that we don't know how to read it. And it was one guy more than one, that put number on that. What I mean by that is, he said, it is kind of communication that we have. We communicate. When we communicate, there is three components that fall into this category, which is 55% from each communication, it's a body language.
Okay.
Our body talk, yeah? We don't know how to read it. And we have partial, very small amount of knowledge about that. We know how to read facial expression,
Okay.
but that's about that. Yeah. But if someone have a poker face, you don't know. You can read it.
Right.
You don't know what to think, right? And many times you want to know if the person listen to you, if the person interested in what you have to say. If not, it's boring to talk to the wall. If the person not listening to you is not hearing what you said, you don't know that. Yeah? So you kind of, I keep talking, I stop talking, what I'm supposed to do now. And we have very small amount of knowledge about that.
Okay.
38% from each communication is tonality, which is, it's not what you say, it's the way you say it.
Okay.
Yeah? We have partial control on that, not a lot. And the rest is 7%, yeah, that we have 100% control, which is the vocabulary, the word that we use.
Okay.
Yeah. So the word that we use, we have 100% control because we choose the language to speak. What kind of phrase you're going to use, what kind of metaphor you're going to say to describe a thing that's going on. Yeah? And that's make the 100% of any communication between two human beings, two or more. Yeah? Now, as more we know, it's make our life easier, which is mean, now we're sitting here, me and you, and we're talking. So I would like to know if you listen to me.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm sure Every person wants to know that. Yeah. So what kind of clue you can know that the facial face not give you?
Right.
Yeah. So for instance, you want to know if the person listening to you, look at his leg. If his leg facing you, he listening to you, because his two ear is facing
Parallel
you.
to it, yes.
Right. We can see that in nature. In nature, if you want to know the animal attention, look at the dog. Look at his ear playing like that.
Right.
Yeah. So when they play, you know where his attention go. And human being is the leg. When our leg, if my leg facing you, which is means I'm listening to you. Yeah. I'm interested in what you said. Yeah. Now, how do you know when it's not? When it shifts over. Now, my leg not facing you, my leg facing sideways, which is mean I have two ears. One I give to you, the other I give to someplace else, which is mean my intention is in and out.
Right.
Yeah. My interest in what you say, I'm listening and not listening. Yeah. Part I'm hearing you, part I'm listening to you. And there is different. I mean, when I hear you, I hear noise. When I'm listening, I pay attention to what you said. Yeah? So when you have that, yeah, I mean, that's give you a big clue if the person listened to what you said.
Right.
And it's very simple. I mean, just look at the leg position, if it's facing you or not. The other part is you can see the body language. When I'm interested in what you say, I come closer. You see my body? It's come forward.
Right.
Yeah. I'm very much interested. I don't want to miss anything, so I come closer to listen very carefully to what you have to say. Yeah. I mean, the facial, it's help, but it's very small part from the big body.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there is many clue. For instance, we see that with women. Women, when
Be careful
When
what
they
you're about to
cause-
say now, Chaim.
what?
There's a lot of women watching, so be careful what
That's
you're about
okay,
to say.
that's
Okay.
okay.
Just trying to help you
Women,
out.
when they're standing and they cross the leg, they are very much interested in the conversation. They can go out like that.
Right.
They need to straight the leg and then go out.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Now you know they're interested in what you said, because they have no intention to leave. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is mean they are in the conversation. We don't know this part. Yeah. People say that you're folding your hand, you can close up. No, you don't. Sometimes you cold, you do like that. Yeah. Now, there is very much interesting about controlling issue. When you see the person sitting like that and the thumb sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
Now we measure you. Now we check you out. Yeah? And he wait until he find the minute to beat you up, to prove you wrong, to show you that he's in charge here,
I see.
not you. Yeah? You see person that's standing in a hand stick in a pocket
Yes.
and the thumb sticking out. Yeah, it's also, this guy have a lot of power in him and he have control. Thumb show control. You shake person hand. Yeah, look at the thumb. If the thumb stick out, he looking to gain control.
I see.
He want the control person in the conversation or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know how to read that. Average person don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's important. I mean, when you get that, you know how the conversation go. Now, when we shift to tonality, yeah, if you're good at tonality, yeah, and this is not what you say, it's the way you say it,
Okay.
right? If you're good at that, you go to Hollywood. You make a fortune, because that's what they're looking. If you can change your personality from set to set, that's what the actors do.
Right.
One set he plays a criminal, the other set is the police officer. yeah, or the
villain
any
or
other
the hero.
character.
Right.
Yeah, what the set need.
Right.
So you need to have good tonality to do that. Yeah, and this is game that you play. When you play in tonality, it's a game. Yeah. So when you're good at that, that's what you do. Now, let's go to the 100% control is the word that we're using,
The 7%.
the 7%. Now, here we choose what kind of language we're going to talk. Yeah? And in that language, when you tweak it, when you choose the word that you use, you have a better outcome, which is, let's take one word, for instance. Let's take the word problem. What is problem? Someone created and someone to blame. That's the problem. I mean, you did something and I blame you, and now we have a problem here. Yeah? Now, when it's come a problem, nobody want to deal with that. Everybody stay away. People ducked, people, they want to be disassociate with that problem because you can fix problem. You just can't. Yeah, the problem is the tendency to stay there because it's comfortable to blame somebody. And if you try to fix that and it doesn't work, on the most time it doesn't work because people have different opinion about things. So it will never go away. Yeah? So you don't want to do anything about that. But see what happened when you switch the vocabulary, you switch the word that you use. Instead to call it problem, okay, we have a challenge here. And now all of a sudden, all the dynamics change. Yeah? Every person will jump in. Hey, let me do something. I think I have the power. I have some experience. I want to do something. And if I don't succeed to fix that, you're not going to blame me because I tried. You see how you turn you know, we use metaphor. Yeah? We use about 6 metaphors in a minute. Every time that you want to describe something, you use metaphor. Now, the metaphor, from where you bring it, what part of your life you bring those metaphors, now I know what's close to your heart. If you bring the metaphor from sport, or from politics, or from singing, or from many ways, I know what you're interested in.
I see.
Yeah, and we use about 6 in a minute. So
Wow.
if I tell you, okay, tell me, describe it. You need to come with metaphor. You need to come with story.
Right. Now, let's jump back to the 55% of the body language.
Okay.
Is there are there cultural differences like between Native Americans and perhaps Asians and South Americans? Are there differences in the body language? I'm assuming that there would be.
Yes, there is. Yes,
Okay.
there is. For instance, you're Brazilian.
Yes.
Yes. In Brazil, when you make this sign, that's not a nice thing to do to any person in Brazil.
That is true.
Yeah. When you do it in the rest of the world, that means it's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There is kind of cultural thing that's changed from country to culture. Yeah. But this is, it's kind of rare. We don't use this. We don't use that a lot during the day-to-day.
Right.
We have more the universal. Are you listening to me? Are you interested in what I have to say? Yeah, if I'm interesting, if my topic is good enough, or you're bored, you don't want to hear it. And I'm talking about this kind of stuff, not to go into cultural, which can be changed from, the slang make also different.